Hey everyone, welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Today we're going to be doing a rematch with these Foundations commanders. If you didn't catch the first game, be sure to check it out here in the upper right. Let's go ahead and get into the game. Hey, it's Jason. I'm back again playing Alesha, who laughs at fate. Let's see how it goes this time around.
Hey guys, Corbin's back. Let's see. You already seen the deck. It's already a Brigone conclusion what the deck does.
It's Nate again, back playing Gornog. We'll see if I die first or if they do. We'll go down in a blaze of glory.
Hey, it's Matt. I'm back playing Niv-Mizzet Visionary. I know that a lot of the times people are kind of looking for these deck lists without using the Patreon. I'll give you a fifth of this one for free. Dragon's Approach.
Let's go ahead and roll off to see who goes first. I got a 4.
I got a 9.
7.
5.
Let's go. I'm gonna go to 6.
Thought the first one was free.
Oh yeah. First one is free. I'm gonna go to 7.
Corbin's still learning the basics of the game. He'll get there.
No, one land. No thanks.
This is probably a keepable hand, but I'm not going to.
I think I can do better.
Yeah, I'll keep this. This is fine.
I went from one land to no lands.
I went from 2 to 1. Let's try again.
My hand is significantly better. I will keep it.
Finally have more than one land. I'm keeping this one.
I will also keep this 6 and put this card on the bottom.
I will drop her my turn. I will play a snow-covered plains, and then I will pass.
Cavernous Souls, naming warriors.
Cowards. Oh.
Cowards.
Warriors. Y'all are the cowards, not me.
You afraid to hit the button?
Apparently.
Because he's a coward.
Because
I will
he's a
draw for
coward.
turn. I'm going to fetch up a basic mountain. I will use my mountain to cast Soul Ring. Then I'll pass the turn.
I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to play a swamp. I'm going to play a soul ring. I'm going to pass my turn.
I will draw a card. I will not play a Soul Ring. Instead, I will play a Mikakoro, Center of the Sea, and then I will cast my commander, Brigone, Soldier of Meletis, 2/2 Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Brigone, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then I can tap her and remove a counter from her to draw a card.
Draw. Play a mountain for turn. Can't be countered. Ivora, Insatiable Air. Trample 1/1 when it enters or when it deals combat damage to a player, I create a blood token. Whenever I discard a card, put a +1 counter on her. So you go.
1, 2. Rail, Monsoon Mage. Instants and sorceries I cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, I flip a coin. If I lose the flip, he deals 1 damage to me. If I win it, I may exile him and return him face down. That's a problem for a later day. For now, Thundering Falls, I'm going to surveil. That might come in useful real soon. I'll pass the turn.
I'm going to untap and draw. I'm going to play a Verdant Catacombs for turn. I'm going to go ahead and pop that Blood Crypt. I'm going to pay 4 mana, use 3 of it for my commander, Alesha, who laughs at fate. First strike, 2/2. Whenever Alesha attacks, I put a +1/+1 counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Alesha's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Currently, nothing in my graveyard. I have 1 floating mana. It will die, and I will pass.
Draw. Play a Buried Rune. You will play Paradise Mantle. Equip creature has tap it, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. We are going to hurt Jason emotionally by casting an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I may spend mana as though it was any color for activated abilities of creatures I control. Creatures I control with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creatures exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I can tap to exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, I can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature I control. Go to combat. I'm gonna attack you for 2.
I'll take 2.
Yeah.
Sure will. Coward.
You'll pay 1, put this Paradise Mantle on Brigone. I will pass the turn.
Draw. Play a mountain for turn. Join the commander gang and play Gornog, the Red Reaper. As haste, cowards can't block warriors. Whenever 1 or more warriors I control attack a player, target creature that player controls becomes a coward. Attacking warriors I control get +X/+0, where X is the number of cowards your opponents control. Go to combat. Matt, you're gonna have Ivora at you. Corbin, you're gonna have Gornog at you.
Nice.
On attacks, she becomes a coward. Raoul becomes a chicken.
I will choose not to block for some reason.
4 at you, 3 at you.
Okay.
Trigger Ivora, it smacked you. I make a blood token. Go nuts.
Go to my turn. I will also. Oh, he costs 6. Play a Seagate Reborn face down in defense mode. That's it. Pass turn.
I'm going to go ahead and untap And draw a card. I'm gonna go to combat. This 2/2 is gonna swing at you, Corbin, and immediately become a 3/3.
Nice.
You can't block it because it's a
Correct.
warrior.
Yep.
And you're a coward.
Sure.
Too afraid to block it.
Yep.
All right, 3 commander damage.
I think this is the most amount of attacking we've seen in a game.
Well, I can't put anything in my graveyard because Corbin will snag it. We'll play a Pitiless Plunderer. It's pirate that makes treasures.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Draw. Take 2. You're gonna like it, I promise.
Okay.
Main phase 2, since this chick cannot block at the moment anyway, I will tap her for a white mana. I'm gonna cast Secret Rendezvous targeting Nate. We're each gonna draw 3 cards.
Gross.
Nice.
Remember what I did.
As he just beats you to death.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just gonna do that anyway.
I will pass.
Play a mountain. Surprise, surprise. Now, Ketra's Monument. White creature spells I cast cost 1 less to cast. When I cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance. Pay 1 red. Cast a Goblin Motivator. Tap him, target creature gains haste until end of turn. Trigger Ketra's Monument. Make a 1/1 warrior. Go to combat. Ivora at you again, Matt. And Jason, you're going to have Grognog swinging at you. Unswing. The Pitiless Plunderer is a weakling.
Before
Okay.
blocks, I'm gonna bolt your Grognog.
Damn, thank you.
It's not for you. It's because I want to block his stupid thing. I'm a block.
Damn, you're bored, Nate.
Trigger rail. Evens, I will take damage. I've taken a damage.
Well, that's an unfortunate turn of events.
Only for you.
Go nuts.
I'm gonna untap and draw. That card is not particularly useful at the moment either.
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yes. Got a mountain. I'm going to play that. I'm going to go straight to combat. Corbin, I'm going to swing my commander at you again, who is now a 4/4.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad we agree. And then to add to the pain train here, 4, I'm gonna play an Agate Instigator, Offspringed. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, and there will be 2 of them.
Well, one of them sees the other enter, so we will each take a damage.
That's all I have.
And near your turn, I'll activate Agatha's Soul Trip. That thing.
What?
And I will put a +1/+1 counter on Brigone. Draw. I'm gonna attack Matt for 3.
I will not block.
Main phase 2, I'm not gonna cast anything. I'll move to discards. I will discard Escalating.
Uh-oh.
I will pass the charge.
Draw. Pay 3. Jessica's will. Corbin, I'm going to choose you. 7 red in my mana
I
pool.
will choose not to do anything.
4 of it, Cavern of Souls. Cast Gornog the Red Reaper. Trigger, make a 1/1 warrior. Use 3. Cast a Professional Facebreaker.
Very nice.
Gross.
Make another 1/1 warrior. Play a land for turn being a get to encampment. Enters tap, taps for red. I can pay 2 mana and make it a 2/1 warrior. Tap the war leader to give Professional Facebreaker haste. Motivator. Go to combat, Facebreaker at you, Jason. Swing the commander at you, Matt. And swing a 1/1 at you, Corbin. On swing, Instigator is a bum.
Sweet. I'm going to kill your commander again. You get a Frog Lizard, which is almost a warrior.
So I'll block the 1/1 because it's just the 1/1, right?
Yeah, now it is.
I'll block with all 3.
We'll kill the token.
All right. I'll exchange him for a treasure.
Oh, Ral something. Evens is damage. Didn't. I am going to flip Ral. Why not? He's no longer a chicken. He's also no longer a creature.
That's all I got. Good.
I'm going to cast Rite of Flame to add 2 red to my mana pool. And then I'm going to cast my stupid commander. Niv-Mizzet Visionary. It's a 5/5 flyer. I have no max hand size. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, draw that many cards. I am going to minus Ral, the other one. 2 damage to Nate.
Okay.
Draw a card if you control a blue permanent other than Ral. I do. Since I've dealt 2 damage to an opponent, I will draw 2 cards. Mountain is land for turn. That's all we got, Piss. I'm going to lose my whole board this turn. It's going to be great.
End your turn, I'm going to Vamp Tutor. This card is going to go on top of my library, and I will go to my turn. 2 mana for an Accursed Marauder. Zombie Warrior. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacks a creature.
Tap Brigone and remove a counter to draw a card.
I will have a dead warrior.
I'm going to sack himself. When he enters play, you'll each take 1 from Agate Instigator.
Yeah.
When he dies, I'll get a treasure from Pitiless Splendor. Combat. This 1/3 bum is coming at Ral.
Sure.
Alesha's coming your way.
Sure.
The 1/4 will come at you, Matt. 3 mana for a Grim Haruspex. Whenever another non-token creature I control dies, I draw a card. I'll go to my end step, trigger my commander. A Cursed Marauder will come back into play. When he comes into play, you will each take one and sacrifice a creature. I will sacrifice a Cursed Marauder. When he leaves play, I will get a treasure token. And I will also draw a card. Go ahead.
End of your turn, I'm going to activate Mikagoro. Everyone draws a card.
Sweet.
Crazy.
Are you enjoying our content? Want to help support the show? Consider joining our Patreon for some dank benefits, including access to our full deck list, voting privileges for polls, shoutouts at the end of our videos, and more. Don't want to give us any money? We get it. Subscribing to the channel, liking our videos, and commenting down below also help as well, and are totally free. Thank you so much everyone for your support. Let's get back to the video.
Plan for turn is going to be Forge of Heroes. I can choose target commander that entered the battlefield this turn, put a 1/1 loyalty counter on it, or a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm going to recast my commander. Then I'll tap Forge of Heroes to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Move to discards. Etched Oracle. I'll discard Primal Amulet. Pass the turn.
Activating Cavern of Souls to add a red. Spent on a warrior. Can't be countered. Pay 5. Neheb the Eternal. Afflict 3, so whenever he becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. At the beginning of my post-combat main phase, add a red mana for each 1 life my opponents have lost this turn. I get a warrior from Oketra's Monument. Combat. 7 to choose, Jason.
I'll take that.
Post-combat, have 7 red. 2 of it for a Bloodmark Mentor. Make a warrior. Red creatures I control have first strike. 3 more of it have 2 left. Markov Blade Master. Has double strike. When it deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. Make a warrior. Last 2 mana, cast a Dolem Gate. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures I control. So go.
I'm going to play a Chrome Mox, and I'm going to imprint Dragon's Approach, and I'm going to pass with 7 mana.
We're gonna get Sacred.
I'm gonna untap and draw a card. I'll play a command tower for turn.
Neat.
I'll go to combat. Corbin, we're just gonna swing my commander at you for 6 damage.
Okay, no blocks.
I'm gonna pay 3 for an Ashnod's Altar. It lets me sacrifice creatures to get 2 colorless mana for each creature I sacrifice. Go to man step, trigger my commander.
What are you going to target?
I'm gonna target a Cursed Marauder.
Neat. I'm going to overload a Cyclonic Rift.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and sack my commander to Ashnod's Altar. I'll get 2 colorless mana. I will get a treasure. I will draw a card.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice the Instigator. 2 more mana, 1 more treasure, and draw a card. And these last 2 will go to my hand with everything else.
Sweet.
I'm gonna use 2 treasures. Sazakap's Brew. As an initial cost to cast a spell, discard a card. I'll discard Viscera Seer. Target player draws 2 cards. If a gift was promised, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. I am not going to do the gift. I will draw 2. I'm going to go to discards. Pitiless Plunderer, Judith the Scourge Diva, and a Swamp.
I will recast my commander. Will recast Agatha Soul Cauldron. I will put a +1/+1 counter on my commander. I will cast Paradise Mantle. I will discard Pursuit of Knowledge, and then I will pass.
Cast Oketra's Monument. Pay 1. Cast a Goblin Motivator. Make a 1/1 warrior. Go nuts.
Untap and draw. The thing that I forgot to do at the beginning of the game is reveal my sticker sheets. Look at these sticker sheets. Okay, I gotta choose 3 at random that I can actually use this game. Guess what I drew? Unglued Pea-Brain Dinosaur, Ancestral Hot Dog Minotaur, and Unassuming Gelatinous Serpent. I'm gonna start off with a Ruby Medallion. My red spells cost 1 less. 2 mana. I'm going to cast a Goblin. When it enters, I'm going to put the Gelatinous sticker on it, and it will be a Gelatinous Goblin, and will create 5 red mana for me. Lava Guide Pathway is land for turn. 8. No.
7 for Niv.
Cast 1 last, yeah.
It is 7. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, I'm gonna untap and draw. Play a Swamp. I'll use that Swamp to play a Soul Ring. I'm gonna pay 3 mana, Grim Haruspex. Then I'm gonna follow that up by paying 1 black for an Unearth, targeting a Cursed Marauder.
Cursed Marauder on the stack. I'm gonna exile Triskelion with Agatha Soul Cauldron.
Okay.
Put a +1/+1 counter on my commander. I will shoot Grim Haruspex.
Okay. When a Cursed Marauder comes into play, he will sack himself. Everyone else needs to sack a creature as well.
So long, Gelatinous Goblin.
1 black to reanimate a Cursed Marauder.
How would you like a Swan instead?
Yep. Okay. I tried. Go ahead.
You didn't try hard enough. Land for turn is a snow-covered plains. I'm gonna play this Recruiter of the Guard. Search my library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less. I'm gonna get an Esper Signal. Paradise Mantle on Recruiter of the Guard. and then I will pass.
Draw. Pay 5. Cast Neheb the Eternal. Make a warrior.
Nate, we need him to be dead.
My guy. I'm
have I
in mono
done?
red. But this is the plan. I'm gonna smack him. Player removal is creature removal. I'm gonna tap Goblin Motivator. Let's go, Neheb. Let's go. Swing a 4/6 at you, Matt.
I'll take 4.
Post combat. Have 4 red in my mana pool. Use it to cast a Markov Blade Master. Make a 1/1 warrior. Go nuts.
I'm going to untap and then draw on my turn. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach with 1 colorless mana floating.
I will trigger Esper Sentinel, activate Soul Cauldron. I will exile Edged Oracle.
Counter on Esper
I
Sentinel?
will put the counter on Esper Sentinel.
I will not pay.
I will
You can
draw a
have it.
card.
Upon resolution, Dragon's Approach will deal 3 damage to each opponent. I may exile Dragon's Approach and 4 cards named Dragon's Approach from my graveyard. If you do, search your library for a dragon creature card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. I have 0 cards named Dragon's Approach in my graveyard. Oh look, I've dealt non-combat damage to an opponent. I will draw that many cards. 3, 6, 9. I will draw 9. My colorless floating in one of these manas, I will cast Helm of Awakening. All spells cost 1 mana less. Red, reduced by 2, I will cast Burgi, God of Storytelling. Whenever I cast a spell, I get to add a red mana. Till end of turn, I don't lose this mana as Steps and Phases end. My end for turn is Basic Island. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach, but in Japanese this time. Trigger, I'll get a red, you'll take 3, I'll draw 9. With my floating red, I will cast Desperate Ritual. Trigger Burgi, I will end up with red after this. I'll use one of them to cast Dragon's Approach. I will deal each of you 3 damage. I'll draw 9 cards and make a red. I will cast Dragon's Approach. Using a red, getting a red. I'll draw 9. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach and deal 3 damage to each opponent. I'll draw a 9.
Corbin died.
Nice.
I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach and deal each of you 3 damage. Draw 6. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach. 3 damage to each opponent. Draw 6. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach. 3 damage to each opponent. I'll draw 6. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach. 3 damage to each opponent. I'm going to cast Dragon's Approach. Deal 3 damage to each opponent. Jason is dead. I'm going to cast Rowan, Scholar of Sparks. And I'm going to plus it. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. If you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, deals 3 damage to each opponent instead.
Nice. I die.
And Matt is able to cast a sufficient number of Dragon's Approaches to win the game. Good job, Matt, and hope you all enjoyed that. See you next time. And as always, I want to give a special shout out to our patrons Jacob M, Paul K, Jared R, Thaddeus R, Kiji CB, Mad Hatter Mage CJ, and Jared N. And thank you to the rest of our patrons as well. We honestly could not do it without your support.